How's it going, everybody? Jared Lutz here, back with another Diablo 4 news video. We got so much news from the recent developer campfire chat that happened on the 4th of October. Hopefully I can get these videos done and out in a timely manner. There's just so much stuff to cover, way more than I expected. And this live stream was only the first of 2 campfire chats they plan on doing, the other one happening on the 10th of October, a week before Season of Blood launches. As far as covering everything we learned from the first campfire chat, this video is going to go over all of the new content additions coming with the Season 2 update. Then I'm going to upload a second video going over all the quality of life and miscellaneous changes also coming to the game in Season 2. So let's just get started because this video is already going to be a chonker. First off, Season of Blood will begin at 10 AM PDT on October 17th. This will also be the final day of Season of Malignant. As a quick PSA, if you don't already know, with each new season, you have to start a new character to play the seasonal content. Your Season 1 characters will be moved to the Eternal Realm along with the gear you acquired for them. All items in your Season 1 character stashes will go into a new withdraw-only stash in the Eternal Realm. You'll have all of Season of Blood to take these items from this stash to keep, but items left in this withdraw-only chest will disappear when Season of Blood ends. So you don't have to go do anything to prepare for Season 2, you're not going to lose your characters, you're not going to lose your gear, they're just being moved to the Eternal Realm and into the new withdraw chest. Okay, let's talk content. Season 2 of D4 is called Season of Blood. It's heavily vampire themed. We've got a brand new story with quests alongside new characters like the Vampire Hunter Eris, Magistrate Orin, and the big bad vampire king, Lord Zir. You essentially begin this new story as you help to investigate a string of murders, eventually leading to a sinister plot of the Dark Master. Then you get bitten by one of his vampire underlings, but instead of getting the negative effects of the Dark Master's minions, Lilith's blood protects you and you only get positive effects, those being vampiric powers. These powers act as the big seasonal mechanic, replacing malignant hearts from Season 1. You access these powers through a new inventory menu that looks like some kind of summoning blood circle. There's 22 of these powers in total, and all of them are class agnostic, meaning every class can use every single one. You're able to equip up to 5 of these vampiric powers, and each can be leveled up to level 3 in order to increase their potency. You unlock and level up these powers as you complete the seasonal quest line, and by gaining a new currency called Potent Blood, which you can acquire via new seasonal activities and enemies, which we'll go over in a second. Now, in order to utilize these new powers, you need to have the correct amount of Pacts. Pacts are another new seasonal system tied to these powers and tied to armor. Each vampiric power has a certain Pact activation cost, shown when you hover over each power. There are 3 total Pacts: Ferocity, Divinity, and Eternity, each having an associated symbol, and different powers have different Pact costs. You get these Pacts via armor that drops during Season of Blood. Chest, pants, gloves, boots, and helms can contain varying amounts of Pacts within them. When equipped, these Pacts add up together, giving you a higher total amount, allowing you to use vampiric powers. So as a simple example of this, here we have the Metamorphosis power. It requires 2 of each Pact, so you need a total of 2 Ferocity, 2 Divinity, and 2 Eternity across all your armor pieces. Then let's say you had another power that cost 1 of each Pact. Then in total, you'd need 3 Ferocity, 3 Divinity, and 3 Eternity, so it all adds together. There's also new seasonal consumables tied to this Pact system. You can find standalone Pacts that will simply add a certain Pact to an armor piece, and you can find cleansing acids, which will remove all Pacts from an armor piece. So eventually you'll be able to create the exact amount of Pacts you want on your armor, so it's not completely revolved around RNG for the entirety of the season. These crafting items can also be found from a variety of new activities, so it doesn't sound like they're going to be too rare. Now, Blizzard has actually already revealed all 22 of these vampiric powers via a blog post, which I'll link in the description for you. The important notes for these are that they're separated into minor and major powers. Minor powers can cost 1 to 3 total Pacts, while major powers cost 6 Pacts each. Some of these powers utilize a brand new keyword called Vampiric Curse, where killing enemies affected by your Vampiric Curse stores their soul. Casting a defensive, macabre, or agility skill will unleash stored souls to attack nearby enemies, and you can hold up to 8 souls at once. Moving on to a new seasonal activity tied to Season of Blood called Blood Harvest. This activity works similarly to Helltides in that it appears within a region on the map, although Blood Harvest is always happening somewhere. There's no downtime like there is with Helltides, and they also happen in every world tier, so it's not endgame specific. Blizzard says participating in these blood harvests are the best way to get potent blood and packed armor drops. Areas affected by a blood harvest will be filled with the crazed army of Lord Zir, sent out to cause pandemonium, capture prisoners, and seek out blood. Putting enemies to the sword during bounties, bursting blood blisters, completing world events, disrupting vampiric rituals, and freeing prisoners within blood harvests will earn you reputation. This rep is tied to the Hunter's Acclaim bounty board, which offers up specific rewards as you climb through its tiers. Things like crafting materials, items, and packed consumables. As you're playing within a blood harvest, you can also come across an item called a blood lure. You use these lures to summon blood seekers, and slaying them is the best way to get potent blood. What's unique about these blood seekers is that they're actually other wanderers like you that succumbed to a vampire bite because they didn't have Lilith's blood within them. So these blood seekers are other druids, other barbarians, sorcerers, etc. that will fight you with their respective skills. You can also be jumped by groups of these seekers as you explore dungeons and other parts of the world. It kinda sounds similar to how the Butcher jump scares you currently. And then lastly, you can find Seeker keys inside of the Blood Harvest, which you can use to unlock Seeker caches or use to free prisoners. Also, all the materials and currencies you find within a Blood Harvest always stay with you until you use them. They don't disappear from your inventory when the event ends like Helltide's currency does. Also coming with Season 2, there's going to be a handful of vampire versions of current enemies with different attacks and abilities, new world events and dungeon events, and redesigned crypt-like dungeons. You'll also have the new season journey with objectives and rewards, new legendary aspects to unlock. They also added some cosmetic rewards to the seasonal journey objectives, which is nice. You'll have a new battle pass with 27 free tiers and 63 premium tiers with loads of vampire-themed armor and cosmetics, as well as a brand new cosmetic item that changes the appearance of your town portal. There's also 3 new urns to invest your smoldering ashes into. The Urn of Blood, which will boost the Hunter's Acclaim you earn from blood harvest activities. The Urn of Helltides, which boosts the chance to receive an extra equipment item from Helltide chests. The extra item will be of legendary rarity or better. And the Urn of Swift Travel, which boosts how quickly your mount recovers from sprinting. They are also bringing these Smoldering Ashes unlocks down to lower Battle Pass tiers so you can get them sooner. Blizzard also confirmed we're getting 12 new unique items, up from the 6 we got in Season 1. Also, they're going to be adjusting almost every single unique item, but we don't know to what extent yet, as they're going to be talking about that during the campfire chat on the 10th. But that's not all the new content coming with Season 2. We also have brand new endgame content in the form of 5 new farmable bosses. These bosses will be available within the Seasonal Realm and the Eternal Realm, and this is how they work. Starting in World Tier 3, you can go up against Grigwar the Galvanic Saint, but in order to encounter him, you need to gather enough of a currency called Living Steel from the Tortured Offering in Helltides. Once you have enough of said currency, you can fight him. There's also a tougher version of this boss in World Tier 4. Also in World Tier 3, you can summon the Echo of Varshan from last season. He now resides underneath the Tree of Whispers, and you'll need to collect his body parts from turning in Grim Favors in order to put him back together to then kill him again. He as well has a more powerful version in World Tier 4. Now once you get to World Tier 4, 3 more bosses become available. First being the Dark Master, which is the boss from the Season of Blood storyline. You'll be able to fight a story version of this boss before World Tier 4, but there's also an endgame version of him. In order to go against him, you'll have to collect exquisite blood from Legion event activities. You've also got the Beast in Ice, another new boss that requires a currency called Distilled Fear, which you can obtain from Tier 30 or higher Nightmare dungeons. And lastly, the Echo of Duriel. That's right, Duriel is back and grosser than ever, this time as an Uber boss. This will be the hardest boss of the 5, but not more difficult than Uber Lilith. And to fight this version of Duriel, you'll have to defeat Grigwar and Varshan in World Tier 4 to collect Mucus Slick Eggs and Shards of Agony. When you have enough, you'll be able to summon Duriel, the Lord of Pain. Now, what's the reasoning behind these bosses and summoning them? What do you get out of it? Well, you get farmable uniques. That's right, farmable uniques are now a thing in Diablo 4 starting with Season 2. Each of the 5 endgame bosses have a different list of uniques they can drop, some exclusive to only them. And Uber Duriel has a low chance to drop Uber uniques. Blizzard said that in Season 2, either you will have an Uber unique or someone you know will have an Uber unique. They aren't going to be 1 in a million anymore, but they are still going to be rare. And that's because Duriel has the highest chance to get one to drop, but you need to farm those materials from the other endgame bosses to summon him just once. Each time you want to fight these bosses, you need to have the necessary currencies, and if you summon a boss and die, those currencies are lost. What's cool though is that all boss currencies are tradable, so maybe you don't need any of the uniques Varshan can drop, you can sell his body parts to someone who might want them and get some gold out of it, or trade one boss's currencies for another, or things like that. These bosses also have a unique cosmetic that can only drop from them. Grigor drops the Demon Binder mount armor, Varshan drops the Flesh Weld Rod trophy, the Beast in Ice can drop the Skull Torch and Fell Steed trophy, the Dark Master drops the Diadem of the Ancient Helm, and Uber Duriel can drop the Smoldering Brimstone mount. And there you have it. That is all the content coming with the Season 2 update of Diablo 4. Tons and tons of stuff, and we haven't even gone over the activity tuning, the quality of life changes, gameplay reworks that were all announced. Things like changes to dungeons, experience buffs, gold farming, stash searching, UI changes, new Paragon glyphs, the gem rework, elemental resist rework, damage stacking rework, endgame loot changes, and lots more that the community has asked for. Most of all that stuff, all the nitty-gritty details, I'll go over in my second video that'll be up soon after this one, so that this video right here isn't a million years long, so be on the lookout for that. I'm personally stoked for Season 2. I like the idea of Bloodseekers using the abilities we use but against us, the new endgame bosses bringing reason to do other endgame activities besides just endless nightmare dungeon farming, the possibility of getting Uber uniques finally, and that hunt for the god tier drop, and these new vampiric powers sound pretty dope. Let me know what your thoughts are on the season itself, and we'll talk again during the gameplay updates and quality of life changes video that will be up soon. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more Diablo news and content, peace out.